I wanted to jump on and bring you guys into some of what I am actually in the middle of creating today and just share a little bit about elemental wisdom being a lost art. It's a little transmission that's coming through. If you saw my last post, then you heard about number one, that I am a death doula, one that walks through people in a non medical and sterile way, but more in a spiritual, supportive way in end of life care. And I actually had the gift of ushering my grandmother forward, and, that was just this week. So we're preparing for she already was buried, but now we're preparing for her celebration of life, and one thing I really learned from my grandmother is elemental wisdom. She was salt of the earth, literally. She really connected deeply with the plant kingdom and the elemental wisdom of soiled hands and bare feet on the ground. So, one thing that I wanted to bring you guys into was how simply we can create gifts with our hands, which really helps ground us. Especially in times like this where it's so chaotic and noisy, really good to have actual hands to the earth. Um, Out here in Arizona, one of the native plants to here that is highly medicinal, and also edible is, not only topically medicinally, but also uh, it's a anti what is it's the word that I'm thinking of? I'm getting stuck on a word here. Um, Antiseptic, is that maybe the right word? But, is this beautiful plant that some of you guys may have heard about called creosote. It's very aromatic. It's a beautiful natural herb that grows in such abundance here in Tucson, Arizona, all across the Sonoran Desert, really. Um, they package it often and turn it into tinctures, into different scents for candles, and they often name it desert rain because when you think of the desert soaking up rain, there's this very beautiful scent that comes off of the desert after a beautiful monsoon rain or just a rain, um, at whatever time of year. And yeah, it's a highly medicinal. You can actually use it. You can make a tea. You can brew a tea. You can, and that really helps just clear any toxins. Um, it's also great to boil in olive oil for a long time, and you can make a topical ointment. And it's actually really, really wonderful. The scent is incredible, like I said, but then it's also really just helpful for any wounds. A lot of ranchers will use creosote to, help their animals. So they'll just brew a tea and put that on the wound of a horse or, goat, whatever animal out here. And so what I did was, for my grandmother's celebration of life, I really wanted to give something to the people that come to the memorial. And we're expecting about 100 people, you guys. So I'm going to make at least 70, or maybe if I can make 100, then I'll have extra for Christmas gifts. Because I don't know if every single person will take, right, one of these bundles, but I'm giving these away. So I repurposed some of these roses that were given to me from a friend because of my grandmother passing through. And she knew that I held such amazing space. So she just wanted to give back to me. And she came to lunch the other day with these beautiful red roses. And so I'm making these little, and they're very Christmas-like because of the green. And then I have some, I need to go and buy more ribbon, different ornamental beauty because you'd want to take this stuff off before you burn the bundle, of course, because then that's not going to be good. But just as a packaging to make it more beautiful, these are what I'm giving as part of my offering. And we're gonna mi abuelita is de Mexico, so we're gonna make a little ofrenda, and I'll probably buy some, traditional marigolds and some of the other flowers to make a sweet little altar space with candles and then these on display to give away with pictures of her. And yeah, so we are out here integrating found elements, elemental wisdom of the earth, right? There's some incredible, incredible plants out here in this gorgeous desert that we can all utilize. And it just, again, like I said, grows in abundance. So I wanted to share with you what that can look like to repurpose and to also just use your hands and use, again, um, this is a sculpture actually that my mother made of an indigenous woman here. So we can use slow ways of being, slowing down, indigenous ways of, really. And this, by the way, all of our ancestors are indigenous. So, of course, native to here in Arizona. Um, Originally, of course, were many different tribes that were originally Mexico. So it feels like such an honor to be an ancestor that represents the ancient intelligence. So we have AI, artificial intelligence, which can also mean ancient intelligence. So AI has double meaning for me. And I'm one that likes to also bring in the ancient intelligence and to weave them together is quite a powerful force. So wanted to share this. Wherever you find yourselves out there, we are at a very special moment, a threshold, a powerful moment in which we need more end of life caregivers, people that are just really devoted to service in general. So, however you show up in your life, whether it's by just offering a smile, by just offering your presence, how can you be of service? Is a question to ask yourself. And what kind of ancestor do you want to be? Um, these are some questions and contemplations I find myself within often. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for putting one foot in front of the other out there right now. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you on the other side.